The last great 90s supercar, the Pagani Zonda, feat. Lewis Hamilton. In the smoky haze of a dimly lit garage, the Pagani Zonda sat like a mythical creature, its sleek lines cutting through the air like a samurai sword. Horatio Pagani, the mad genius behind this automotive masterpiece, had clearly channeled his inner wizardry. Some said he'd mixed unicorn tears with carbon fiber to create it. Others claimed he'd whispered secret incantations over the blueprints. The year was 1999, and the Geneva Motor Show buzzed with anticipation. As the velvet curtain lifted, revealing the Zonda, the crowd gasped collectively. Bug-eyed headlights stared out from the front, daring anyone to question its extraterrestrial origins. The bubble cockpit, more spaceship than car, seemed ready to launch into orbit. Inside, the Zonda revealed its steampunk soul. Passengers sank into buttery leather seats, feeling like time-traveling Victorian explorers. Brass accents adorned the dashboard, and the gearshift lever? Well, that was straight out of Jules Verne's Fever Dreams, a relic from a bygone era, connected to a Mercedes-Benz V-12 engine. Critics raised their monocles and scoffed, muttering about anachronistic absurdity. But Horatio Pagani wasn't fazed. He'd once been Lamborghini's chief engineer during the Countach era, where they'd probably experimented with warp drives and unicorn-powered turbos. He believed in the Zonda, even when naysayers predicted it would join the graveyard of failed supercar dreams, the Vector W8 and the Cizeta V16T, both now collecting dust next to forgotten Rubik's Cubes. And then, as if summoned by a pit crew of wizards, Lewis Hamilton appeared. The Formula One champion stepped into the Zonda, his racing suit shimmering like dragon scales. He adjusted the brass-rimmed steering wheel, his eyes alight with the thrill of 1,000 hairpin turns. "This," he declared, "is my chariot to the stars." Lewis Hamilton's name echoed through the garage, bouncing off the carbon fiber walls. It reverberated like a high-octane anthem, a symphony of speed. Lewis Hamilton, the maestro of the racetrack, had chosen the Zonda as his steed. The crowd leaned in, their ears attuned to the harmonious blend of horsepower and celebrity. Against all odds, the Zonda thrived. It became Pagani's poster child for 12 glorious years, until the Huayra stole the spotlight in 2011. But the Zonda, it refused to fade away. It evolved, shape-shifting like a gearhead werewolf under a full moon. More power, more audacity, like a rebellious teenager who discovered nitrous oxide. Why did it endure? Because the Zonda wasn't just metal and horsepower, it was a symphony of design. It played a concerto of carbon fiber violins, titanium trumpets, and exhaust note cellos. Whether it prowled the streets of Monaco or graced a racetrack, heads turned. Bill Clinton's presidency came and went, but the Zonda remained eternal, a four-wheeled Dorian Gray, aging backward. And then came the Zonda variants, the Cinque, the Revolucion, and the Espresso Macchiato. Each had its own story, its own heartbeat. They pushed boundaries like a tipsy tightrope walker, balancing on the edge of sanity. We rank them not by numbers or specs, but by sheer coolness. The Zonda F, a rock star. The Zonda R, a caffeinated cheetah. The Zonda Tricolor? Well, that one just wore an Italian flag cape and shouted "Ciao Bella" as it blitzed past. So there you have it, the Pagani Zonda, the last great 90s supercar, with Lewis Hamilton at the wheel. If you ever spot one on the road, tip your fedora and whisper, "Bravo, Horatio." Bravo. Disclaimer: no unicorns were harmed in the making of this story. Brass accents may or may not have mystical properties. Lewis Hamilton's grin, however, is scientifically proven to increase horsepower.